Hey, how's it going, guys? Ricky Summer here, and today I've come back in time to show you how I steal my way to success. Cue the intro. Alright, so it's been a hot minute since I've done a Music Monday. For those who are new to the channel, occasionally on a Monday I'll slip up a music video, whether it's a music production tutorial or a little bit of theory here and there, some songwriting principles, or just me like talking about what I'm working on and using it as a case study for some ideas that maybe don't get talked about too often. So today we're going to talk about stealing music, but stealing from who? The answer may shock you. So what's the premise here? The premise is I've been stuck inside for months and inspiration is running thin. I'm having trouble writing music, especially lyrics. So what are we gonna do? Oh, buddy. Plot twist. I'm gonna steal from past Rick. That's right. I bet you didn't see that one coming. We're gonna borrow a little bit from other stuff too, but stay tuned. Strap yourself in. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, so for those who listened to my last EP, Lascivious Moon, there'll be a card up at the top of the screen right there if you want to check that out. I'm also on Spotify and all good music retailers, as they say. So on Lascivious Moon, there was a track called Police Cops, and this originally had lyrics. I really like the lyrics for the most part. There's a couple of lines that really jive with me, but just as a whole, I don't think I could get it to work in a satisfying way. I couldn't come up with a chorus, so what ended up happening was there'd be this like pretty banging verse, and then to just do this sort of like instrumental solo sort of chorus, and I don't know, it just felt anticlimactic to me. So I ended up gutting the lyrics entirely. In fact, I did that with the whole EP, and it's just instrumental. Anyway, so I'm gonna play just the start of Police Cops, so you know which song we're talking about. Okay, you get the idea. Police Cops. So, like I said, some of the lyrics in this song were banging, I think. There was a very specific line, I'm gonna take you, what is it? I'll take you cruising down love's lost city streets. I don't know what it is about that line, it's just, maybe the poeticness of it. I don't know, I really want that in a song. So, what I did was steal the bass line wholesale from my own song, pull it into a new track, re-record the lyrics with some other additions, and now we've got a new song. But wait, there's more. But we'll get to that in a second. So I'm just gonna play from the new verse here. So it's the old bass line. As of yet, like the instrument is changed, but the actual what it's playing is unchanged. I may change it in the future. We'll see how we go. But just as a comparison, this is what the new song sounds like. Look at me, I'm a devil, gonna come along. You're gonna cream, gonna swear, gonna take me home. Too bad your mama never warned you, leave him alone. You're gonna scream, I'll take you cruising down love's lost city streets. I'm the devil here, now just in the sheets. Hold me tight and bounce with me to the beat. You're gonna scream. And I'll stop it there, just up to like the verse pre-chorus is what we've just listened to. Okay, so as you can see, as you can hear, it is like, it's different enough. It's actually the same tempo. It's 120 BPM, as you can see right here. So that's unchanged, and yet it sounds quite different, even though the bass line is the same too. Let me just double check. Did I change the key? I did. Okay, so I dropped it down a full tone as well. So it was in A minor, it's now in G minor. Just subtle changes, you know? But I think for the moment, it sounds different enough. Now, this is a good bass line. I've stolen my previous work to kickstart a new song. Now, if I want, I can go back and I can change the bass so that it doesn't sound so much like the original. Like, I don't have to. There's actually a lot of examples through history of bands just straight up lifting elements from their previous work to make new songs. It's not unprecedented, and especially if you're using it as a way to just get the creative process going, I think it's a great way to go about it. So at this point, I've achieved my goal. I've managed to take the lyrics that I cut from Police Cops and repurpose them, recycle them into a brand new song. But I'm still having that same issue where I'm struggling to write anything for the chorus. And I think part of the issue is this bass riff from Police Cops is very stagnant. I mean, it's rad, it gets you going. It has that, gets you going into that rhythm of the verse, but it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't evolve. So I wanted to change up the chord progression for the chorus so that, you want the chorus to hit different, as the kids say. So what I've done is I've borrowed from someone else's song. Now, don't even trip. It's not stealing, because it's just borrowing a chord progression. You can't copyright chord progressions. I mean, there's so few notes and chords in Western music that there is overlap. There's a heavy amount of overlap. You look at Don't Stop Believing by Journey, for example. There's a million songs that use the exact same chord progression, and Don't Stop Believing was not the first to use it. Another great example is the 12-bar blues. I mean, how many 12-bar blues is there out there? It's endless. It's ridiculous. So what I did was I took the chord progression from Summer Days by Martin Garrix featuring Macklemore and Patrick Stump, I think, just because I just really been into that song lately, and I noticed that the chord progression from Summer Days is actually not that dissimilar to the chord progression that I already have here from Police Cops. Let's have a look at it. So we start off, now keep in mind I've changed the key of Summer Days. I can't remember what key it's originally in, but we're moving it to G minor because that's what this song is in. So we start with G, we go to F, is that right? Yes. And then we come down to D and then F, G. The Summer Days progression is G, F, exactly the same. Then we jump down a little bit further to C, and then we come up to E flat. I just really like the way that sounds. I like the way that moves. So I've taken that progression, put it into my new song, but with the same bass style that is already present in this new song. So it actually sounds nothing like Summer Days whatsoever. At least I don't think it does. But it's helped me to actually write something for the chorus. So now I'm going to play the chorus. This is what it sounds like. Lost in the night, neon fire behind my eyes. You're burning up and you rock me up and down all night. Wrap your legs around my heart and you can ride it to the sunrise of my life. And there you go. Keep in mind, this is all still a work in progress. I need to re-record the vocals and add a whole lot more in here. But this is how I have stolen my way to a new song. I recommend this. This is great. If you're totally stuck, firstly, and I've advocated this before, go back to something you've written before. Start with something you haven't released. And if there's just nothing there, because often there's a reason you don't release songs, because they're just not quite right. Sometimes you can salvage stuff from them. Sometimes you can't. So maybe you want to look at, like in this example, a song that you have released, but, that you cut bits out of, like the lyrics, for example. I really wanted those lyrics in this song, in a new song. So I've taken from Police Cops, cut content, We've we've done an EA. We've cut content out so that we can rehash it and sell it as DLC. That's not what I've done. It wasn't intentional. But yeah, you can recycle stuff that you've already done and use it to make new songs. And then on top of that, if you really like someone else's song, if you're really into a particular song at the moment, have a look at little elements of it. You don't rip it off wholesale. That's unethical. Anyway, regardless of the legalities of it, it's unethical. But, you look at the chord progression. Chord progression's a dime a dozen, You look at the chord progression, you go, is this going to fit what I'm working on? If the answer is yes, then great, just use it. Don't even trip. If it doesn't, use it as a jumping off point. maybe change one chord here and there, play around with it. Take that inspiration and you mess around with it. You mold it. It's like that scene in Ghost with the clay, and then you create something entirely new. So let me know in the comments, have you ever taken one of your old songs and rehashed it and made something new, or taken inspiration from an existing song? What inspiration did you take and how do you think it went? All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Be excellent to each other, and I'll see you next time. Ricky Summer, out.